Welcome to our online event and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. This event is an introduction into how you can improve your mental health and well-being with the powers of fruit and vegetables. New research published by BMJ Open suggests that fruit and vegetable consumption could be as good for your mental health as your physical health. The research focused on well-being and found that high and low mental well-being was constantly associated with an individual's fruit and vegetable consumption. The data suggests that the higher an individual's fruit and vegetable intake, the lower the chance of their having low mental well-being, said lead author Dr. Severio Strangers. These novel findings suggest that fruit and vegetable intake may play a potential role as a driver, not just of physical, but also of mental well-being in the general population. And that's just one of the many thousands, hundreds of thousands of studies that have been done on the link between nutrition and good mental health. So I'm going to kick off the event tonight by saying hi. My name's Kate and I'm a Senior Direct with the Juice Plus company. It's an honour to be here with you tonight and host this event, as well as sharing with you all about our incredible Juice Plus products and hearing some amazing stories from like-minded people like myself. I've been with the company for just over a year and I've been on the product for almost 18 months now. After battling depression and anxiety my whole life and trying countless prescription medications but to no avail, I was looking for alternative answers, or any answer for that matter. Just getting out of bed for the day and turning up to work was so difficult. I was basically miserable. This was my reality day in, day out, and I thought that I was going to have to do this for the rest of my life. Some days it was really hard to bear. And one day I was scrolling through Facebook, and my good friend Chiara was posting about fruit and vegetables in a capsule. Kind of caught my eye because knowing that my diet was rubbish and that I, had never really eaten properly, that maybe, just maybe, this could help. So I thought, I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to give it a go. I'd been starting to see stuff popping up in the news about the link between nutrition and mental health and all these new studies that's been going on. So I thought it made total sense to me. I'm going to try it out. So I had absolutely amazing results. It took me a little while to start noticing things. It was probably about 6 weeks to a couple of months. But straight away I had improved energy and my moods started just becoming better and better all the time. And to this day, I'm thriving now. So it really has changed my life, which was totally unexpected for me. So that's my story in a nutshell. So what is Juice Plus? Well, we simply have 3 products in our range. We've got caps, chews, and shakes. So we've got the capsules here. So we've got our 3 different blends. So we've got our fruit blend, our vegetable blend, and our berry blend. So we also have the kids' chews, which are just like lollies. And the capsules and chews are essentially 30 different fruits and veggies dehydrated and turned into a powder and popped into a vegan capsule. They contain live enzymes, which means your body absorbs them straight into your bloodstream within about 5 minutes. The products are designed to bridge the gap between what you do eat and what you're lacking. The kids chews contain the same ingredients as the capsules, and they're conveniently they're completely natural and use tapioca starch to get the sweetness instead of using artificial sweeteners and refined sugar. The best thing about the kids' chews is they're completely free with the purchase of the capsules or shakes under our children's health study. So lastly, we have our complete shakes that are a great source of plant-based protein. They're completely vegan and, in my opinion, are the nicest vegan protein I've tasted. They come in 2 flavors, French vanilla and Dutch chocolate, and they contain stuff like mushroom powder, spirulina, chickpea powder, pea protein, and lots of other yummy things that we wouldn't usually eat every day. Well, now that I've given you a brief overview of our amazing products, I'm going to hand it over to our first speaker tonight, who is Nick, and Nick's going to share his story. Hand it over to Nick.
G'day everybody, nice to see you all. So firstly, I've got a bit of a history of depression, and it started off when I was about 16 years old. It was fairly well unheard, well, not really spoken about back then. I got to about 17. I did attempt to take my own life at that point. So I went onto some antidepressants from then on. I hated being on them. They sort of took away, I'll try and make this pretty quick. It's a pretty long story. I'm 38 now. So we'll skip through a few years. So it really is high and lows for me. For depression it was some incredibly low lows with a few really good highs in between. Antidepressants sort of had a bad reaction with me. It just mellowed everything out. I really had no emotion. Life was very boring on them, so I really preferred not to be on them. So I self-medicated for the best part of the next 15 years with alcohol and a few other bits and pieces along the way. I met my wife, my now wife, Nat, and I had managed to sort of hide it, I guess. And I ended up, we probably had too much of a good time. I ended up with pancreatitis at that stage, and I was about 30. So faced with not being able to self-medicate with alcohol, I had to deal with my issues again. So I went on to some different antidepressants. I'm not sure if I can name names, but Zoloft, Lexapro, a few others. I hated being on them again, and I guess my focus was on healing my pancreas, which was 50% digested. So they gave me a 50% chance of survival. So I started taking some food supplements just for energy, not for any other particular reason, trying to heal my pancreas. I had several attempts to come off antidepressants at the time, and each time was horrific. The side effects, I was fairly well addicted to them. So the physical effects was dizziness and etc. But it would go on for like a week. Anyway, I started taking a food supplement, and not really realising, I tried to come off the antidepressants again. And this time there was no side effects. So I just came straight off. I didn't really put two and two together for a couple of years until I watched a DVD called Food Matters. I then swapped over to Juice Plus because the supplements I was taking had a few artificial and synthetic vitamins. So I've been on Juice Plus for 3 years now, and I haven't had any issues. I share the information with anyone I can, anyone who's willing to listen, because I really am a massive believer in food as medicine. And I can't think of any drug out there that's not just a synthetic copy of a food compound that they found in nature and are keen to make some money out of. So I guess that's about it. Unless anyone's got any questions, I'm happy to talk about it. I love talking about it, and I'm proud of my journey so far and looking forward to continuing. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Nick. That was amazing. You blow me away. That's part of why I love this product, and it's just hearing people's stories and how positively it's impacted on their lives. And I know that there's so many other stories out there too, and each one touches my heart. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to hand it over to my lovely friend Amanda, who's going to share her story and the impact the products have had on her daughter's life. Thank you, Amanda.
Hi everyone, how are you? My name's Amanda. I have a 16-year-old daughter. It's a very touchy subject for me. I'm sorry, I apologise. Past 3 to 4 years, she suffered from depression and anxiety. Being her mum and not knowing how to help her was the worst. She tried to commit suicide twice. She used to self-harm. And when she did self-harm, it just broke my heart. There's no words to express how heartbreaking it is to watch your child go through that. We went to counselling. Her grades went down. Everything of her life went down the drain. Schooling, her social life. She got social anxiety. Didn't look forward to life. Was always tired. It's heartbreaking watching her go through it. We went to the family doctor to get some help. He sent us to a psychologist. And even after 7 sessions, they said that they saw no improvement in her depression or her anxiety. Just on the verge of going on to antidepressants, which I didn't really want her to go on. But at the time, you just don't know what to do. And this went on for about 3 to 4 years. And then a good friend of mine, Kel, who's also taking Juice Plus, the product, she reached out to me and just basically told me of the benefits and whatnot in her family. And of how it benefited her family. So at the time, basically, didn't know what else to do, so I introduced it into her life 12 months ago. And it was like the biggest ray of sunshine in her life. The first month or so, she just become more brighter, more positive attitude, more social, more interactive with other things. Her grades picked up, her moods picked up. She was more happy to be out and about. Our bond of mother and daughter become closer. She was actually be able to come out and speak to me about more of her problems and what she was going through. It's been 12 months now since she's self-harmed. And she's now playing after school sport, which she really didn't want to do before. Basically all aspects of her life during the last 12 months has improved so much. It's hard to believe the same 16-year-old girl is in my face now. She's so beautiful, so intelligent, so full of life. She's such a gorgeous girl. And knowing and seeing my little girl go through that for 3 to 4 years of her life, as I said, there's no words to express how heartbreaking that is to see her go through that. So pretty much this product, the Whole Foods, it is so totally true of what the benefits that come out of it. I have living proof in my daughter, and who knows of where she would be today. I really don't know. But yeah, I cannot speak highly enough of what this product has done for her. So I really appreciate Kel for introducing it to us, and it has totally changed her life. Sorry about the tears. It's just a very real subject, and it's very rarely spoken about. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Amanda. That was so amazing, and you described it perfectly, because that's how I feel as well. It's been a ray of sunshine in my life too, and I feel like I'm a completely different person as well. So I can totally relate to the changes that you've had with your daughter, and I'm so happy for you, because no parent wants to ever go through that. Well, thank you so much. That was amazing. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my last speaker. And this is my dear friend of mine, Chiara, the beautiful person who introduced me to the product. So Chiara is such a shining light in my life, and she just loves helping others, and that is what she's all about. So take it away, Chiara.
Well, I just need to gather myself for a minute, because there's a lot on this. I just thank you, Amanda, and thank you, Nick, and Kate. Obviously, thank you for your kind words, and those shares they're amazing. This topic isn't spoken about nearly enough, and it's just incredible what happens when we harness nature and we take it and we put it into our bodies every day, and we let it do what we know it can do. The body can heal itself. It just needs the right fuel. And I can personally attest to the fact that, you know, this product is a game changer. I suffered with anxiety and depression for many years, and yeah, it's sort of one of those things where you don't ever really know how good you could feel, and then someone introduces you to something that is that ray of sunshine that changes your life. And Candy, who's on this call as well, is the person that did that for me, and I'm forever grateful for that. Which kind of brings me to the part of the call where I share our mission, the mission behind this product. Our team's growing, and we're actually looking for more wellness warriors who are keen to create a little side hustle business and help other people all over the world to have some results like this, like these amazing people. And the great thing about what we do is that it's really natural. It comes really naturally. You know, when you go to a great restaurant, for example, you talk about it, right? You have an amazing meal and you tell your friends. And if you have a shit meal, you tell your friends too. You definitely talk about it no matter what happens. And that's what we do. We share. We passionately, as you can see from the shares tonight, we passionately share our experiences and our stories and what this amazing product and mission has done for us since it's come into our lives. And honestly, when I first watched a call like this and heard from Candy about the business, I didn't really understand it. You know, I've been an employee in retail and lots of other different places, and I was sort of used to having someone tell me, you know, when I went to work and when I went to the bathroom or when I took my lunch and my holidays, and it was all very restrictive, you know. And the other thing I'd done was obviously I'd tried owning my own traditional business. I had a cafe called Heart and Soul Cafe when I was 20. And, you know, you lose all the restriction, but you actually lose all the freedom. So you lose the holiday pay, you lose the sick pay, you lose, you know, all the night's sleep over worrying about everything because you are in charge of everything. So I kind of got to my 30s and I felt like I just couldn't really get ahead, and that I was sort of stuck in a system that didn't really serve me. And I went through a health crisis myself at 25. My depression, very similar to Nick, had kind of eaten away at me for many, many years. And I tried to self-medicate through alcohol and other fun things. And I had a complete health crisis at 25. And through that journey, I learned the power of whole foods and the power of nutrition. And from pre-cancer, polycystic ovaries, pre-diabetes, anxiety and depression to today, I really had to dig deep and learn some new habits and learn some new things. And Juice Plus came into my life at a time when I was kind of hoping that I could do everything with food, but I knew that I still wasn't getting exactly what I needed every single day, and the variety that we know we don't eat. So when Candy shared it with me and she told me that there was a business attached to it and that was how she did the business, and that, you know, there was an income to be made by helping other people, I lit up, because through that journey I'd learnt so much about, you know, well-being and wellness, and I just wanted to share everything that I knew. And I'm an actress as well. I don't know if you know much about the arts industry in Australia, but it's quite difficult. And, you know, I've got dreams and things that I want to achieve in my life. And I'd never really been able to find anything that married together all that well. You know, that I always felt like I had to be locked into a roster, or, you know, it would just be almost impossible to pursue a career as an actress at 32 now, if I didn't have this income on the side that was helping to support me so that I could go and follow my dreams. So when Candy told me about it, it was about understanding that opportunity, you know, and even though I was working 2 or 3 jobs at the time and I really didn't have any time to do anything else, I sort of realized that if I didn't change something, that I was just going to end up like everybody else, struggling, and I was going to have to quit acting, and there was just no future. You know, I was just going to end up in a job that I didn't want to do, and everything that I had dreamt about and all of the things that I'd overcome, you know, I felt like I'd overcome so much for it all to I'd just have to put it all aside to go and work in a job for someone else. It didn't seem right to me. And obviously I had a lot of questions about, you know, the ins and outs of the business and how it worked, because it was such a new concept. You know, network marketing is such a different concept, and there's, you know, there can be some connotations attached to it, and like anything, you need to get your questions answered. So, but what I learned most and what I loved most when I found out more about this business is that you can't succeed in this business without helping other people, and you have to help other people do the same thing. And I don't know anywhere else in the world where that exists. And I just feel so blessed to be a part of this mission, and to be able to get on a call on a Monday night in my Ugg boots and listen to these incredibly powerful stories from lives that are being changed, and to think that just because I had a conversation that someone's life has changed, it's really, really powerful. And I think that we have a responsibility to share what we know, because it changes lives. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope that helps to explain a little bit about what we do, and I'll pass it back to you, Kate.
Thank you so much, Chi. That was amazing, as always. So guys, I'm going to wrap things up there and keep it short and sweet. But I wanted to say a massive thank you to all of our speakers, Nick, Chiara, Amanda. You're all amazing. And I would like to encourage you to get back in touch with the person who invited you tonight to answer any questions you may have. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.